real and proper, useful example of what anybody can do with Claude Cowork. You know, the second tab when you open your Claude's app, in between chat, the most traditional one where you chat with AI, and code, that's where you build stuff with AI. In between you have Claude Cowork. You might not know what it is. In this video, I'm gonna show you one example of what you can do with it. Let's kill the surprise here. What I'm about to show you is an example of how you can build this by just pretty much asking Claude Cowork to do for you. This was 100% done by Claude Cowork with few prompts or a few interactions with me and maybe some access that I shared. I'm gonna show you how to do it and exactly what it means. Hopefully you can build that for your business. Believe me, you don't need any special skill to do it. So no more theoretical examples. Let's dive into a real example. Let's assume this is a database of a finance company. It could be any other company. You're gonna see why. For this example, I'm using Google Sheet because it's probably the cheapest and most common CRM any regular business is relying on. So you might already have a solution that is updating your Google Sheet automatically with Stripe or whatever. This video is not about it. So of course, I'm not exposing any of my clients' information here. This is all fake data. As you can see here, we have deal value, fee percentage, expected fee, actual fee, stage of the pipeline, the probability of closing that client. So it's a typical pipeline for what I'm calling Summit Capital Advisors, M&A imaginary firm. Hopefully there's not one called Summit Capital Advisors. Okay, so we have 25 lines here with all fake data. What I asked Claude Cowork to do, I have a Google Sheet, here's my access. I want to build a proper report. As you can see here, Claude Cowork will have progress of the tasks I asked it to build. This is the folder where I have this work done with Claude Cowork and some of the connections here. Stripe we can ignore for now because actually Stripe was using my real information. I'm not gonna share it. But also Slack. So apart from the dashboard, I also built something that now Claude Cowork can do, which is schedule activities, cron jobs in the more technical term, where every X time Claude will check and perform an action. In this case, it's sending Slack messages based on the Google Sheet or the dashboard. So the entire solution was, I have this database, I want a report or a dashboard that is live, and this is live on, as you can see. I created quickly a page on GitHub, and this is an example of the Slack message that is sent. All the major information, and we can have it sent every day in the morning, first thing you read. And the final check we can make here is if we change something in the dashboard or in the Google Sheet, will it reflect on the dashboard? Because it's saying it's live, should, right? Let's say we change some here from, we have only 2 deals that are at risk. What if we add another one? Yes, make it for 3 at risk. And what if we change the value of this guy? Of course, this would not probably be made on production, but just for us to test it. So if we make it, we double it. So we should add 100 million in value. So this should go to 1.1 billion. There you go. It's working. And of course, it has other views, the deal funnel by stage, sourcing, and NDA, if it's signed or not, due diligence, closing, close. The sector, advisor workload. So David Hoffman's pretty busy. The expected versus actual fee, and here are the entire list for these filters here: stage, sector, deal type, and how would you do that? It is as simple as this is like all of that I have communicated, because I was asking actually first I was building with my real data, and then I was like, that doesn't make any sense to show my real data, so let's build fake data. And what you would do is you would start a new chat, and if you have a folder that you have some information already about it on your computer, great, choose that folder. If you have some project already working on related to that you're creating, great. If not, choose a different folder and add one. In this case, I'm going to go with my folder here. If you already know some skills that you're going to need, use the skills as well. Choose the skills. You have files to add as contact or anything, do it as well. And the connectors here, if you don't have your Google Drive, in this case, we're going to use the Google Drive, Slack as well, and GitHub, you might want to add it. So manage connectors. Here is where you would choose or add new connectors. Probably you would not have Google Drive yet, so you could add here. You would find Google Drive because it's a pretty standard one. So you want to add that, and you would just say, I have this Google Sheet as my CRM, and I would like to create real dashboard my GitHub. So in this case, I'm using Git. It's free for you to create a page there or an account there, and you want to connect GitHub as well. So mine is here. Same thing that you did for the Google Drive and the Slack. You also want to do for GitHub, as well as alert sends my Slack. In my case, probably gonna. So one bonus here, or a surprise, is I also asked for, in the previous Cowork window, I've also asked for it to create a video for me to use to promote it. And here is the video that it created using Remotion. That's something that you can just tell Claude to use, and it create videos for you. I literally did nothing apart from saying, hey, use Remotion to craft the video. And this is the video it created. Used entirely with Cowork. Lovely, yeah. Of course, this is not gonna use as except for this video, but it just goes for you to see how powerful it is. Now let's go back to the new window we just saw, just started, and you can see it's working on it here. It's actually using Claude in Chrome. So as you can see here, this new window that it's open is actually Claude that's debugging this browser and will actually examine this table because I gave it like this URL. Yeah, so Claude Cowork will keep asking you these questions. What should daily Slack alert include? Let's go with this. Just for an example, let's go for new repository, insert. Now with all of those answers, I also told it to ask me. It's always a good practice. It's going to think, craft the plan, and build the same thing that we just saw it, and that should take a few minutes. And then as you can see, it built very similar one with a very similar prompt. Of course, now you can start to customize to the way that you want, but that's how easy and feasible it is to generate one. And here is what it's going to look like on Claude Cowork when you are scheduling some activity for you. In this case, I've asked it to build schedule to send me Slack alerts, summaries about the performance. You get to choose where in which channel it goes to, and this was the previous one that I generated, and now it's going to generate a new one. Again, just because I did it all over again, just for the video. So if you haven't started using AI, especially for your business, I would encourage you to use it more for your business than for your personal use. Nowadays, if you're probably watching this video, most likely you already use it for your personal life, ChatGPT. But the real challenge and the real game changer starts when you use it for your business. And it might be challenging in the beginning to find real use cases. This was just one of them that you can definitely do yourself. It doesn't require technical ability, as you saw. So stop postponing, go do it.